Oh, all right. Let's go. Oh, Sam, this is awkward. Yeah, so, here's the thing. I actually don't have candy right this second. I was actually gonna go and get some right this second, but, Oh shit. Man, I really fucked up this time. Michael Myers was one thing, but Sam was a whole other thing entirely. On Halloween night, just remember to always check your candy. Happy Halloween, everyone. I'm ThatGuyMatt, and welcome back to my channel. It is time to delve into one of my favorite horror movies of the past, few decades, and that, of course, is Trick or Treat from 2007. The plot of Trick or Treat tells the story of 4 individual stories that take place during Halloween night as they all intertwine with one another. All while we have an adorable yet terrifying little mascot called Sam who stalks them to make sure that they actually follow Halloween traditions.
All these traditions. Jack-o'-lanterns, putting on costumes, handing out treats. They were started to protect us, but nowadays, no one really cares.
Now, I'm sure that most of you who are watching this video already love Trick or Treat as much as I do, but if you can believe it, this movie was actually not very successful when it first launched. At least in terms of financial success, because critically this movie is beloved by many people, including myself. Which, for me, is actually surprising because I'm not a big fan of anthology films. I think the biggest reason why I tend not to like the genre is because I feel like it can be unfocused and we never really actually get to follow a cohesive narrative, and it's always told in little bits and bobs. For some reason, when it comes to Trick or Treat, I absolutely love it. The very basic plot of Trick or Treat is that we have a bunch of characters throughout Halloween night that in some way, shape, or form disrespect or basically go against the Halloween traditions, and as a result we have this little guy named Sam who actually will stalk them and kill them or torment them in different ways. You can kind of equate him to maybe Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny, for example. Just someone to represent the holiday, and if they go against traditions, then he goes after them. Sam is neither evil nor good. He just wants you to follow the traditions correctly, and if you follow them, then you're basically safe. And I just have to say that Sam is one of the most adorable yet scary figures I've ever seen in a horror film. I mean, just look at this little guy. But moving on to the different side stories, we have a whole bunch of them that are both interesting and funny and creative at the same time. Of course, the biggest one we have is that these two couple are coming back home from a Halloween party, and of course the boyfriend wants to keep the jack-o'-lanterns and all the traditions up for a while, but the girlfriend insists on taking everything down because, she has her parents coming over the following day. So she starts taking down all the pumpkins and decorations, and of course Sam comes by to basically turn her into a decoration of his own. Very fucked up, and of course it leads into an excellent opening title sequence with a comic book-esque look to it, and I love everything about this. I love the aesthetic, and I also love the music that was composed by Douglas Pipe, I think his name was. I just love the soundtrack for this movie. It manages to capture Halloween in its purest essence, and I think that it just really is a great addition to this movie. Moving on, of course, we have a boy who's just pushing over a bunch of jack-o'-lanterns, and of course, the person that he comes to visit is the actual principal of a school, and we find out that he actually poisons the kid, for basically disrespecting the Halloween traditions. It's just very fucked up. It's not very often in a movie that you actually see kids actually get slaughtered, but there you go. The son of the dad actually wants to carve pumpkins, and so he takes him downstairs, and you think like, oh shit, he's actually gonna kill the kid, and it's even implied based on the camera angles and whatnot. But of course we come to find out that it's actually the severed head of the kid from whom he poisoned earlier, which is a really great twist and just completely threw me off guard when I first saw this movie. Of course, the second story is that we actually have this group of girls who are going to like this party in the middle of the woods, and it's very implied that they want boys specifically, and we're thinking like, oh, they're probably just gonna have like some type of party and whatnot, and they want to make out and just get drunk and whatnot. We actually find out that it's actually a group of werewolves, and we get to see the transformations from the werewolves, and it's pretty damn cool. The next story is probably my favorite one of the bunch, and it involves these kids who actually are collecting jack-o'-lanterns to take to a burial site involving a bus accident with a bunch of kids and a bus driver. Of course, they pull a prank on one of the imposing kids, who then escapes because the actual kids from the incident revive and are basically now zombified children and attack them. And while we never see the kids actually get killed, the sound design in this sequence really just gives away the idea that these kids were just brutally murdered, and it's really fucked up. And of course we get to see an appearance of Sam, who watches over the girl as she she's carrying a pumpkin, and that obviously implies that she's carrying out some form of tradition, and he spares her, of course. Last but not least, we have the Ebenezer Scrooge of this movie. He basically hates Halloween, he wants nothing to do with the holiday, he doesn't, give out candy, and he locks his doors and just basically wants to avoid the holiday altogether. And we'll find out very soon why. But in essence, he actually is visited by Sam, who basically torments him in a whole bunch of different ways. I mean, he brings in a flaming pumpkin, he puts glass on the stairs, he, bites him, and just has this all-out brawl with Sam, which is both very entertaining and very nail-biting at the same time. As Sam is about to kill the old man with his, signature weapon, the old man actually is holding a candy bar, which Sam stabs, and then Sam interprets this as a form of giving out candy, which of course satisfies Sam, as he believes that this actually is his way of holding up tradition. Sam, of course, leaves the old man intact, and we actually find out that the old man actually was the bus driver of the actual incident involving the children. Of course, the old man now is carrying out Halloween traditions. He basically decks out his entire house in pumpkins and is giving out candy to the kids and whatnot. However, it doesn't actually end well for the old man, as he's then visited by the kids, who actually then, kill him for his past discretion. And that was Trick or Treat, and I honestly love this movie. I mean, the trick-or-treating and the pranks and the soundtrack and the decorations and the pumpkins and the carving and just everything about it just screams Halloween in the best possible way, and I just love the aesthetic of this movie overall. I think Sam is a wonderful mascot, and I would love to see him return for a sequel if they ever do make a sequel, which I think Michael Dougherty actually said that he's planning to make one, so we'll see how that turns out. Call me crazy, but I think this movie actually manages to capture the essence of Halloween better than even Halloween from 1978. Even though I love that movie, I think Trick or Treat truly embodies the holiday as a whole. With all that said, I would love to know what you guys think about Trick or Treat. Do you guys love it? Do you hate it? Are you somewhere in the middle? I'd like to know any and all your thoughts. But until next time, guys, this has been That Guy Matt, and I will see you guys all in my next review, whatever that ends up being. But until then, I hope you all take care. Oh man, that was a lot of fun to make. Now it's time to go buy some Halloween candy to keep up tradition.